Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today for another edition of our online craft fair. Delighted that you're here for the next half an hour. You're going to meet 4 artisans up close and personal, which is a format that we thought you would really enjoy to know the person behind the product. Just let me introduce myself. My name is Jackie Ralston, and I have had the privilege of working with American artisans and gourmet food producers for more than 3 decades, as I have been producing a lot of craft festivals through my company, Artisan Promotions, and you will probably know the shows under the name of the Boston Christmas Festival and now the New England Christmas Festival. We are trying to continue to connect artisans with their fans in these very challenging and difficult times. And as you are all aware, so many festivals, well, all festivals have been canceled, and that leaves a huge hole in everybody's income for the year. So we're going to show you some great products. You're going to meet some wonderful American craftsmen, and hopefully you're going to find something you want to purchase. So in the next half an hour, we're going to introduce you to a lady who specializes in jewelry with pearls, a potter, a lamp maker, and a lady who's built a company making mixes and dips to make memorable meals. So having said that, let's start with Monique Sousa, who is our pearl jeweler. And you may notice that we're changing the format just a little bit because she's having some computer issues. So Monique, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Perfect, perfect, okay. What I want to say about you is that women love jewelry, and it is without question the most popular category whenever anybody comes to shows. And you have chosen within jewelry to focus on pearls, and you have made a living making pearl jewelry, and you're going to show us some semi-precious stones as well, I know. But talk to us about how you got started.
Well, I've been in the pearl industry for over 35 years, you can imagine. And I've created my own company about 18 years ago. But my background is with a full manufacturing company in Rhode Island, and I was in charge of product developing along with some other marketing duties. And so I had to personally design a lot of things and learn how to knot pearl necklaces, bracelets, making the earrings for samples, and also a lot of other samples for sample lines for sales reps, for example. So it's a process that we use full thread to knot all of our necklaces, as you should for saltwater pearls. And that's how I got started. And I started to sell to consumers, but I found it much more interesting to sell directly to the public by way of craft shows, which I've been doing now for 7 years. And it's a lot of fun, and people, I really like my jewelry. I have a large assortment of gold prices and selection of styles as well.
So
designer pieces is how I describe my jewelry.
Yes, and so, you know, along that line, it makes me think that classic is Barbara Bush and Jackie Onassis, and we all know those triple strand pearls that they wore. But now fast forward to the life we live today, have there been some changes in design and, you know, going from, you need to tell us a little bit about the different pearls, because I know you have round ones and flat ones, and it's interesting to understand why that is.
Yes, absolutely. It's changed dramatically, not so much in the source of pearls. Well, freshwater pearls are cultivated in fresh waters and mainly in China, versus saltwater pearls are cultivated in oyster shells in Japanese salt water. But the shapes of the pearls are very unique when they're produced in freshwater pearls. Freshwater pearl waters, because the process is faster and there's a lot of unique shapes that
So hold on a second, James, could you click on chokers so that we can see?
Yes, yeah, the pearl choker is very popular this year, mostly among the younger generation. But if you want to focus back on myself, I have one on as well, and we make them with round shape or the keshi pearl shape, which is sort of a free-form shape that is an error. It's a mistake actually in the shell, and so they're more rare, they're a little bit more costly, and they're beautiful, they're very unique, and a lot of people are amazed just at these unique shapes.
Monique, can you move your camera just a little bit so we can get a better, we have a lot of your head and not really the necklace. So yeah, there we go.
Okay.
There we go.
I don't see myself, maybe that's the problem, so I apologize for the glitch here. I only see my website and you, Jackie. So the keshi shape is what can you see it now?
I do. James, are we looking at Monique or are we looking at her website?
The website.
The website. Okay.
I could stop sharing. Is that what you want me to do?
Yeah, let's look at Monique's necklace because she's explaining the different kinds of pearls.
Okay.
There we are. Okay, so this is like the two choker styles that are very big right now.
Okay.
And believe it or not, see joint audio. The price points are very reasonable on these. The single pearl chokers are only $25, for example. The keshi shapes that sell $35 or $40, depending on the size. And everything I use, by the way, I forgot to mention it, is solid pearl components, either made in the USA or Italy when I can. But besides the pieces like the chokers, we also do a lot of knotted necklaces, as we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And this, for example, is one of them that I've been wearing. And
I love that. It's beautiful.
I combine my pearls with a lot of time I place agate in it.
Just move it back from the camera a little bit because it's almost.
There we go. Is
Yeah.
that better?
Yeah, that's better.
So
Okay.
this piece is a 36-inch necklace, which you can wear long as I have on,
Yeah.
or you can double it over as a two strand, and these are in the range of like say $80. But I have many colors available in this kind of design.
James, can we let's go back to Monique's website because I want everybody to be able to see her website and be able to go there. Great. So Monique, what should we pull up here?
Knotted necklaces.
And that would be under collections?
Under collections.
There we go.
And
knotted. Yep. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
As you can see, there are the rope shape as you see here. Now you're slowly down to the keshi shape necklaces. And if you continue, I'm sure you'll see.
And did you say that the keshi is a mistake? The flattened look of it?
Mollusk shells and oysters are implanted, they're cultivated by man by putting a shell. So they secrete a substance called nacre, which forms a pearl. The nacre is pearl. And a lot of the keshi shapes are just where the irritation is coated with pearl, but it kind of does its own thing. It doesn't become a round shape. It becomes another shape, such as the keshi shape.
Right. So Monique, I'm sorry that we're out of time because I feel like we would all like to talk to you at length about the pearl industry and pearls in your designs. But one thing that I want to share is that June, by the way, not too far away, is the month that you need to give pearls as a gift. So if anybody's got June babies, they're looking for a gift, here's a great idea. And will you tell us your website, please, so that everybody can go there?
Yes, I would like to also, first of all, thank you so much for having me, Jackie, on this wonderful virtual show. It's a great job that you're all doing for us, and we really do appreciate it during these difficult times. But yes, you can visit mpearl.net, that's mpearl.net, and if you actually enter a code at the bottom, 20, that's 20, code is 20 to receive an additional 20% off the prices that are marked on the website.
Right.
20, and so
course. Yes, that as well.
Thank you
Yeah.
for being here.
Thank you so much for being, thank you for being here, and happy Mother's Day. And let's hope that life returns to normal soon and you can actually be seen at craft shows.
Yes, I hope so too.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Oh, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, now we're going to bring in Mary Ann Geis, Magpot Studio. And we're going to look at her beautiful pottery. And I see you, Mary Ann.
Okay, great. Hi.
So hi, so welcome to the show. And what I find so interesting about you, I mean, I find all artisans interesting, but everybody has their thing, right? And you told us that you became interested in pottery in college, and you have managed to know what your passion was your entire life, and you've actually even been able to make a living at it. So that's pretty great. That's pretty amazing.
Well, it'll be 34 years this August.
Wow.
That I've been doing it full time. I got a degree in art education, so I taught for a couple of years and then did other things with having twins, and before I settled down in New Hampshire, where my studio is now. And then we started Magpots in 1986.
Wow.
So
wow.
This is our 34th year.
And you wheel throw, you work on the wheel. Does that take a long time to learn to get proficient at it?
Yeah, it really does. You know, if you were to see me in a video throwing, that's what we call it, throwing.
Yeah.
I make it look easy because I've done, thousands of pots, but the hardest thing is to get it centered, because if it isn't, it spins out of control and warps and everything else. So that's the first thing you have to do. And then once you get that down, it's just developing different techniques and skills. And I actually work with more of a difficult type of clay because it is pure porcelain, and porcelain has no rough stones or what we call grog in it. So it's very slippery. It's very fine. I like it because it's elegant and the pure whiteness of it. It allows me to paint my designs on it, but it is more difficult to work with. I've had a lot of people want to come take lessons with me, and it's like, you can't start with this clay. You have to learn on the easier stuff, and work up.
Well, it's funny to hear you say it's slippery, because you use water and clay, and you would think clay would be the same sort of slippery.
No, it's like buttery, because there is no little rough stones in it. In stoneware and earthenware, there's little rocks in it that give the clay a substantial form to it, and so it makes it easier to pull up.
Excuse me a minute, James.
Sure.
Could you pull up Mary Ann's website? Let's take a look at some of her pieces.
Yeah, you can see some behind me too.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And you have a beautiful, functional, and simple line. So you have like 4, is it, different designs?
4, sometimes 5, yeah, that are all related.
All these shapes with different designs. Yeah.
Yeah. So if he wants to click on entertaining, that would be a good category right there. Yeah. And there's some of my pieces. This would be.
What should we click on to make it pull up bigger?
Well, the chip and dip there to the right. That's a really nice picture there, and that's a 2-piece. So it's like a 12-inch platter, with a small bowl for your dip. And everything I make is machine dishwasher safe and microwave safe, very functional. I want you to use it. What I make is meant to be used, not sit on a shelf.
So James, let's minimize that, or and look. Okay, so
so now if you go to the small little dishes at the very bottom of the page, it gives you an idea of the different designs I do. Yeah, right there. No, these are just little dipping saucers. You can put butter pats, but it's a nice photo because it shows you, my different designs that I do. My dragonfly right now is the most popular.
Is it? Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you also make some very special pieces that are different from other people. Let's take a look at, should we look at your luminaries?
Yeah, if you go to home decor, they're on home decor. Yeah. And then scroll down. There's some right there. But these are my most popular ones at the bottom. Yeah, those are little tea light candles. Those that he's clicked on right there are garden lights. So they come on a 4-foot metal stand and they light up at night. And then the ones to the right are ones like this. It's a bigger one.
Oh, yeah.
Those are my
Yeah.
tabletop ones. And I just put like a regular solar light in it. And what happens, what the photo
Solar
really
light.
does.
Oh, that's a great
Yeah,
idea.
they're all solar lit. What happens with these guys, the tabletop ones, which the photo really doesn't show very well, is it sends out a huge circle of reflected light. So it'll be in different patterns. Like with the dragonfly, you'll see dragonfly wings reflected on your table in the darkness.
Wow.
So they're really kind of cool. I've been making these for several years, and I still get excited seeing them outside.
They're
I
beautiful.
leave them out all year long. They're outside in the
Oh,
snow.
so they won't crack in cold
No.
weather?
They
Yeah.
all have holes for drainage, and I leave them out all year long. Yeah.
All right. So unfortunately, the way time goes, we're sort of running out of time, but I want to make sure that we talk about your ant baits.
Oh yeah, those guys. They're right here.
Yeah. So where can we find them on your website?
Those are under kitchen accessories, I believe, all the way at the bottom. Yeah, and there they are right there. Now they come packaged like this. Okay, they have complete instructions and my little story. My husband was spreading pieces of paper towel around the house with boric acid and sugar on it, and the ants were loving it, taking it back to the nest, killing them. But I couldn't stand the mess, so I made these cute little pots to put them in, to put the bait in, and I put a cork on the top of it. So if you have a curious cat or dog, they can't get into it. You buy boric acid at the pharmacy for about $5. You mix it with your own stuff from home, sugar, jelly, jam, and they love it. They go in, they hang out for a while, and then they march it back to the nest. It takes about 3 or 4 days and they stop coming because that's all they're eating, and the whole nest dies.
Great.
And I've been selling them for about 4 years now, and I get rave reviews. People come back again and again and tell me how great they work. So you never know what you're going to come up with. But
you absolutely. The luminaries and the ant bait, and I know you've got a sponge holder, which I personally am crazy about because
yeah.
You know,
well, it's all form function. I think of things that I would like to use and I need, and that's how I begin. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us. I'm sorry that, again, the time is short, but
no problem. Thank you, Jackie, for doing this.
Yes. Take care.
Okay. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. So next we're going to have David Langille join us. And David is a fellow who works in recycled material. And the interesting thing is that he takes recycled material and adapts it to a contemporary use and then winds up with a product that looks like it's old-fashioned. So he's sort of gone the whole circle and come out the other end. And I think we're going to have him here in a minute online with us.
Jackie?
Yes. Oh, there you are. There you are.
Yeah.
Great.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so I was just giving a little introduction into the fact that you work with recycled materials, but I didn't say what you do. That was the big secret. So here you go. Tell us what you're doing, because it's so unusual and so fun.
Hey, Jackie, and thank you for having me. Absolutely. So what we do is at Mr. Willys Lighting, we make custom table lamps made out of black iron steel. We use the valves to be the switches that we can turn the lamps on and off. We have gauges that we put on all our lamps that are actually working. They're functional. It gives you the temperature in the room. So we started doing this in 2016, and we named the company Mr. Willys after our golden doodle dog. And it's a great name. It's fun. Yeah. It's memorable. And,
so James, can we look at Mr. Willys' website, because there's some great pieces there that we need to be seeing there. So where would you like to? Oh, well, Steampunk. You want to tell us a little bit about Steampunk?
So we have the steampunk is what we're using because we do a lot of other invention things with the lamps. We could put a lot of, like I said, unique and different things on them. We use water meters and other components. And we also use all the Edison bulbs, and all our lamps come with the bulbs of your choice. And
Tell us about these bulbs, because these are unusual bulbs. These are hard to find.
Yeah, actually, the Edison type bulb, they're actually easier than you think to find. First of all, again, every one of our lamps come with bulbs, and if you should have one of our lamps and you need a bulb, just call us, send us a note. We'll be glad to send you bulbs. But in any home decor store now, you pretty much pick up those bulbs.
Oh, great.
Yeah, they're all a
Let's
standard
go.
base. They're all
I
110 volts. Sorry?
Yeah, James, go to lamps, right where you were. Go to lamps, because there's a, no, wait, under shop. Yeah, lamps underneath. Yeah, there. Okay, so David, we want to look at your whimsical pieces, the Robo Man.
Yeah.
Keep scrolling down. And
Yeah.
by the way, right there, you can see the ribbon lamp. So you will do custom work, and you will,
Absolutely. We do a
different
lot of
colors.
custom.
yeah, oops.
We could pick any color out of the rainbow for you. We do a lot of custom work. We do chandeliers. We do floor lamps.
Yeah, let's go and look at, I'm still wanting to find the Robo Man. Is it down further?
Yeah.
Oh,
Might be on the second page.
second page. There we go, right there in the middle. Mr. Robo Man Blue. That's what made you even come up with that idea?
So this is a really actually a fun lamp. It's perfect for the home, the office. You can throw little candies in it, pens, pencils. It's just something different and fun that everybody enjoys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then let's go back and look at you've got some dog lamps too. What page are we going to find those on? Oh, right
There
there.
you go.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the dog lamp is interesting. So being the business is Mr. Willys, and Mr. Willie is our dog. We decided, why don't we make a dog lamp? And we've actually done very well with this lamp. Just in the last year, we had a lady who was ordered 6 of those, and we had to actually custom paint every one of them to look like her different kind of dogs, brown and black and white and tan. And
Wow, that's very creative. So I think you mentioned chandeliers. Do we have a picture of that on your website?
Might be on the front screen. So on the very first item on there,
yeah.
that's not really one of the chandeliers. I mean, we've made that one. That is ours. We built that. But so as an example, you could take and we could twist those 4 or 5 lights into any direction that you want. So it could be making a cross. They could be longer. They could be shorter. You can make those up
lot of fun.
Oh yeah, a lot of fun. We can make them up within a day or 2 at any color, and we can ship all over the United States, domestic, international. Yes.
So tell us your website, and we want to make sure that people know how to get to you and know that you've got a great selection already on your website, but you also can do custom work.
Yeah,
So
we do a lot of custom work. Yeah.
I'm guessing that we've got a lot of fans who are pretty creative, and they'll think of some ways to challenge you.
We love the challenge. We really do. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. You can get hold of us through mrwillys.com, and or you could always give us a call at 518-578-6427. Yep. And we're always looking forward to helping people out, and we enjoy doing it. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing this unusual recycling idea that you have. And good luck. And
Thank
stay
you, Jackie.
healthy.
You as well. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye. So now we're going to talk to Kathleen Govotski from Hallidays Harvest Barn. And she's a lady who makes an incredible selection of mixes and dips and breads and just about everything that you can think of to make your meals more memorable. Right now, we're all spending a lot of time at home. I'm guessing that we're probably thinking more about how to make tasty meals. And this is the lady who can make your life easier. So I think we're about to. So Kathleen, tell us how you got started.
So everyone knows about me as the dip lady, but I actually started out with 13 greenhouses and a florist. So
So you were doing flowers before you were doing dips?
We actually just sold the florist a couple months ago. We've owned an inn, which was really fun. We got to connect with a lot of our customers who came to stay with us. We got to feed them breakfast. Quite a few people actually moved to the area. So it's been a personal journey all along. It's been a lot of fun. We come from a Polish and Italian family, so it's always been about the food. Food and flowers are pretty much my obsession. So it's been a lot of fun.
Let's go to your website before we run out of time, because you have so many products there, and as well as a cookbook. So
we do, and so we have a great special actually going on right now. If you enter April 1020, you get a free cookbook with your order, and so it has all kinds of recipes. My son Justin and I all started out in the kitchen and have created lots and lots of good things. So,
where would you like to start looking at some of your products?
Well, we have a new thing on our website that's really fun. It's called the Vermont Big Hug Box. And so we're really known for our herb dips, but I think in these times of people staying home and just kind of wanting to nestle in, this is a great box that has popcorn in it and pancake mix and soup, a box of maple cookies, maple syrup. And so that's right on the front page. It's called the Vermont Big Hug Box, which has been really popular. And then if we move further along into the website, if you just go to Shop Harvest Barn, there's really so many delicious blends that you can have a whole meal with. There's our chili, which we had for dinner last night. So yummy. Added a little of our maple bacon mix to that and a little maple syrup and a can of beer.
Your maple bacon mix is one of your signature flavors, right?
Yes, it's fairly new, but it has definitely become the bestseller. Everyone is all about the bacon these days.
Interesting. Bacon and pumpkin, those seem to be big flavors, right?
Yes, for sure. And garlic. I really had no clue how addicted the world is to garlic, but half of what we sell has garlic in it. Definitely a good, happy thing.
So, and you have
our scampi mix. Have you had that? That's so good. That's in the garlic theme.
What about look at all of those wonderful barbecue rubs that you can put on meat, fish, dips, whatever, right?
Yes, and especially our soup mixes. Those people have been ordering those by the dozens because it's a nice stable thing. They'll stay in your pantry for 2 years. Such a comforting thing to be able to make a nice big pot of warm barley soup or, a pot of corn chowder, broccoli cheddar. Those are all so good.
I love your graphics too. They're very, just makes you look like you're going to have a delicious soup.
Well, thank you. They all start here. Rick's cousin's done a lot, our office manager. So really everything, a lot of people ship things out to be done, but everything gets hand mixed, all hand packaged here. It's all done with love.
Absolutely. Should we talk about your breads? I think you said that people are like going crazy making bread these days.
Yeah, so it's A lot of the stores have been out of flour. A lot of the stores have been out of bread. So we have our beer bread mix, which is delicious. It's so easy. It's a
Where
can
can
of
we
beer.
find it on your website?
Um,
Yeah, Vermont
It's
Beer.
on Vermont Beer Bread. It's the next to the last one from the bottom.
Okay.
And so it's just a can of beer or club soda and a half a stick of butter, and it comes out like a beautiful bread that you have taken a lot of time to create. So almost every order has had some of that beer bread on it.
Really? Isn't that interesting? And you're right about running out of bread. You know, the markets have surprised us with the things that they have and don't have. It's
I
been,
just actually shipped some flour to my daughter in DC because there's been really none of it around for about a month now.
wow, interesting. Okay. And well, I mean, we can go with your products, we can go from dips to dinner to side things like bread, pasta flavors to,
Lots of our good desserts too.
yeah,
Our
you have a
cheesecakes are
caramel
good.
dip.
Yes, and also like a salted caramel cheesecake or lemon blueberry is delicious. Also, our buttermilk pancake mix is really nice for breakfast.
Yeah, well, I can see that somebody could get lost in your website exploring all the different things. I'm so glad that you've got this recipe book because that's really helpful to people to, you know, sort of spur the creativity. And
Exactly.
tell us before we have to go, your website again.
So you are welcome to hop online at hallidays.com and also become our friend on Facebook. We have lots of recipes that we share every day on Facebook also.
Oh, interesting. Great. Thank
And
you.
stay home, stay well. Thank you
Yes.
so much for doing this wonderful program for us, Jackie.
Our pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, we hope that you have enjoyed meeting these 4 artisans and have been inspired to purchase a handcrafted item for your kitchen or your house. And if you want to see the show again, you'll be able to go to nechristmasfestival.com and click on online craft fair. You also will be able to see the previous 2 episodes that we've done. And just before we wrap up here, I just want to make a comment on the crafts world in general, because it's absolutely huge. There are millions of craftsmen who range from hobbyists to full-time professionals, and it is a multi-billion-dollar industry. That is the business of creativity, and what it means is that people are moving away from mass production and moving towards individual expression. But the point here is that there is a huge arts community that I think is part of the soul of our nation, and we need to keep them supported. So that means that we're asking you to like this video and to tell your friends, and let's bombard social media and share the word so that we can keep all these wonderful craftspeople going through this dry period that we're experiencing. And that will be doing your part. Next week, we are going to have an artist who makes tabletop fashions, absolutely beautiful, a sculptor who works with rocks and metal, and a lady who creates very humorous planters. That's sort of a tease. You'll have to come back to see that. And a cookie maker, very interesting cookie maker. So in the meantime, remember that you can join us next Friday at 2 o'clock. And we hope to see you then. In the meantime, stay healthy and stay safe.